Hello everyone, welcome to Roma Theory. Good morning, hope your Thursday is going well. More transfer news today because it feels like and it looks like our next signing is going to be Portuguese Renato Sanches. Now this has been confirmed by 3 different sources, not 1, not 2, but 3. It's been confirmed by Nicolas Skira yesterday evening. It's been confirmed by L'Equipe, the French sports journal, this morning. And this morning, it's also been confirmed by the one and only Fabrizio Romano. All of them are saying that Roma's pushing. Nicolas Skira saying that Roma is closing in. L'Equipe is saying that Renato Sanches, following yesterday's PSG game, which he didn't play, there's a motive behind that, and this motive is that he's accepted this move, and this move will be unlocked and kind of ready to announce a here we go in these next days. Fabrizio's saying that Roma's still working on it, but he's saying something very important, that Mourinho is the key factor in this. Now, a few days ago, I was not sure if Mourinho actually wanted this player. Fabrizio is saying that Mourinho is the reason we want Renato Sanches. And this is very important to understand because the dynamics change. You know, a few days ago, I was like, oh my God, this is a signing which Thiago Pinto wants to pull. Jose's not going to be happy. I'm worried about this. Now, if Fabrizio Romano, the biggest journalist on earth, is saying that Mourinho is pushing to have Renato Sanches, my reasons change and my opinions also change. I have to be honest with you, I've got mixed reactions when it comes to this. I've got mixed reactions because it's going to be one of the biggest gambles we've made up to now. The big gamble is only that he's injury prone. If he wasn't injury prone, this would be a class signing for a team which doesn't play the Champions League. Because Renato Sanches is quality. Renato Sanches is a bowler. And Renato Sanches has characteristics of dragging the ball forward using his physique that in a league like the Serie A can pop off. Can genuinely pop off. So in terms of characteristics, I have to be honest with you, he's the player we need. Because he's a defensive/attacking mid. But the only question mark, as we've repeated many times, is his injury. I hope Renato Sanches will guarantee at least 30 to 40 games this season. No, sorry, that's not possible. I hope he guarantees around 25 to 30 games, all combined, Serie A, Europa League and Coppa Italia. Yeah, that is possible, 30 to 40 games. That's what I expect. That's what I want Renato Sanches to do. Because if he gets that fitness back, if we manage to get his fitness back, just like we did with Smalling, it's not an impossible task. I think this could be one of the best signings Thiago Pinto's pulled since he's Roma's general director. Something very important on Renato Sanches is this. I've kind of, following on to yesterday's match reaction, I said how I think Jose has this idea of playing both Aouar and Pellegrini together to try and score the goals. And that's something very important because with a player like Renato Sanches, now I've seen some comments on Twitter saying this and also on the WhatsApp fan forum, and I fully agree on this. Buying Renato Sanches allows Mourinho to unleash Houssam Aouar as an attacking midfielder and put him next to Pellegrini. That is the plan, in my opinion. And you can tell from yesterday's match reaction, from yesterday's game that we've played against Braga, that is kind of the impression we want to follow. Scoring more goals will mean starting both Pellegrini and Aouar together. That will definitely bring benefits because both of them are creative and both of them can bring and lead to goals. So buying a player like Renato Sanches requires you to unleash Aouar and put him in a more offensive position, which I think is very important. Look, I have to also be honest here. I don't know why we bought Renato Sanches now when our priority has to be a striker. I mean, my teeth are exhausted when it comes to me saying this because I feel like I've said it so many times. But I don't know why we have prioritized Renato Sanches over a striker. It's great that we signed him and our midfielder is now complete, but what happens to our strikers? Time is ticking and we still only have Belotti up front. We've seen it yesterday. Belotti is not good enough. Giving him another chance is great. I want to give him another chance. And he is going to improve. But he won't guarantee more than 10 goals. So we need Scamacca in as soon as possible. And yeah, I'm tired saying this, but it's so important. And it doesn't make sense why we've prioritized the midfielder. The only reason I find this is there was the opportunity to close this. When Thiago Pinto senses and feels like there's an opportunity to exploit, great. But other than that, I don't know why we've prioritized the midfielder over a striker. Speaking about the details of this, they have been reported by Nicolas Schira and the Equipe French journal. This would be a loan move. Obviously, we've got great relationships with PSG. Oh my God, get away from me. We've got great relationships with PSG. So that will obviously... it's the reason why we don't need to pay much money. Can you get away from me? Thank God. Oh, I think I've sat all over cow poo. That's why it's full of... Great. I did not see this. Anyways, it's a loan move without an obligation. We need to pay PSG 1 million now, and if we want to buy him permanently at the end of the season, we need to give PSG 13 million. I don't think it's much. I think it's a very good deal. If Thiago Pinto does manage to pull this, considering the fact that, yes, he's not in his prime anymore. Yes, his fitness have kind of taken the big part over him in these past years. But I think 13 million is fine. I mean, look, we sell players like Chilik for 10 million. So getting a potential Renato Sanchez, if he's injury prone, not injury prone, for 13 million, I think is a steal. Because yes, he has fitness problems, but in my opinion, he's still a great player. So I think 13 million is a steal. If we want him permanently at the end of the season, we need to pay 13 million. We need to pay 1 million now to secure this loan. It's a very similar deal to Gini. Our midfielder is complete, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that because our centre backs are complete. Our full midfield kind of squad is complete. Bove, Cristante, Matic, Renato Sanchez potentially, Awar, Pellegrini, and then you've got the youngies like Bove, Pagano, Pizzilli. We've got a vast selection of midfielders, which is great. Mourinho will be very happy about that. But now it's time to do strikers because we've got the league starting in like 2/3 weeks and we still don't have a striker. If we manage to pull a striker now, a good striker like Scamacca, I will say that this transfer window has been a success. If we don't get a striker, and if we waste too much time on a striker, and if we don't get a striker by the next week, this transfer window can move towards a failure. For this transfer window to be successful, we need to pull a box-to-box mid, and it looks like it's going to be Renato Sanchez. We need to pull Scamacca and a striker, potentially also another striker, and while we're there, maybe a new goalkeeper or maybe a new left back. That's something which we'll decide. But yeah, that's it from me now. I'm going to catch you later on tonight with another stream, hopefully. I'm going to try and film 2 streams a day for the course of these next few weeks because we're getting into the juicy part of the transfer window. Let me know in the comments below your impressions on Renato Sanchez. Do you like him? Do you like the prices of this deal and all of that? Do you think he can be a success or a failure at Roma? I want 100 likes in this live stream to try and welcome Renato Sanchez and accelerate the deal and end it very, very soon. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the link of the channel with your families and friends, and I'm going to catch you very, very soon. See you all out.